Hi friends, welcome to Aishusdiy. I have fixed my voice, like the sound recording thing. I bought a mic, so hopefully you guys can hear me well. So today we are going to see two earring projects. One is this one right here. I use the Sam's Bead box coin bead, which has the top drilled hole right here. um, I used that, and then I used some crystals from my stash. I created some dangles. I had a bunch of different crystals. These are bicones, these are roundels, and these are truck beads, and a bicone and another bicone. So I just took some pink beads. Once I added the copper to the pink, and then I added this one in the bottom, it kind of reflects in the front and makes everything look pink, but actually this one is white and that one has an AB finish, and that's what it looks. And then I'm going to show how to make this cute earrings. I made it with 24 gauge wire, and I feel it's a little bit wobbly and not very nice. So, and this is the one that I really like. I made it with 20 gauge wire and some findings. This is the finding that I used. You can use any spacer beads you want. In this sample, I used the daisy beads, the 5mm daisy, but in this I use this one. This one I think is from Joann's or Hobby Lobby, somewhere like that, and you must have seen the mega haul, so it's from that. So um, it's from the cherished, it's called cherished beads. I don't know which brand they are, but that's where it came from. And I'm using labradorite chips, not chips, this is a he-she type of bead, and we got this strand from Sam's Speed box for this month. And this teardrop bead is also from Sam's Speed box, so as this bicone, white opal bicone. You can use any beads you want. You can use any teardrop beads that you have. You can use any small teeny tiny labradorites you have, or you can use any beads. Doesn't matter, it should be labradorite. You can use gemstones, or you can use crystal beads, whichever you want. First, let's go ahead and make this earrings first, and then we'll go to that one. So I also used kidney ear wire for this, and then regular French ear wire for this earring. I have here 20 gauge para wire, silver plated, and I'm going to take 6 inches of wire. There will be a little bit remaining, but I don't want to take a chance. I'm taking 6 inch of wire. Straightening it with my nylon jaw pliers. You can also use a piece of cloth to straighten the wire. Oops, sorry about that. About 6 inches, and that's what we have. And then I'm going to put my ruler away. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna insert, this bead has a bigger hole, so that should not be a problem. Insert the bead, and I'm going to measure about an inch, say an inch or so, and inch and a half or so, and then bend the wire. Okay, so sorry, not an inch and a half. Let me just straighten this part if I can, so that, so for this coil in the front, I need, just for this to come up and coil like this, I need 1.2 inches of wire. So about a third of wire, just bring this into a crisscross manner, just like so, and then take your pliers and straighten the longest part of the wire, the longest wire on one side, just straighten it in the middle. just like so. Then what I'm going to do is take this short wire and wrap it around the long wire once, and then I use my pliers to kind of cinch that out, and then one more time, just like so. And then this should be about an inch, see, an inch and 1.2 inches, so that's so perfect. And then we can just, so the inch and stuff depends on how much you want your spiral, how big you want your spiral to be. So take your round nose pliers, and I want this to come, this is coming this way, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it here and then do the loop other side. So but this is the one that I really like. That's okay. Take this, take your round nose pliers and start a loop. Don't have to make a loop per se, but start a loop. There we go. Okay, now I take my pliers and just hold it like there. I like to use my bent nose pliers to kind of make a swirl. So take your time while making the swirl and make it sit right in front, just like so. Then what we are going to do is straighten this. If you want to, take your spacer bead and put your spacer bead down and keep it in the side. So we are going to work on the dangle part. So for that we need some ball head pins. You can use regular head pins also, or you can make your own head pins. That's totally up to you, but we need head pins. So I'm going to take 10 of the labradorite beads. You can take as many as you want. I am just using only 10. Then of the labradorite Hishi beads. These are 1-inch ball head pins, probably 21 gauge. I'm not so sure. I'm putting my round nose pliers on top. Bend the wire to 90 degrees. Reposition your pliers. And then bring it around your mandrel, the round nose pliers. And then make a loop. And then you can do it with your fingers, wrap it with your fingers, or you can use your pliers to wrap it. Either way is fine. Once you get nice and tight wrap, you can either snip this off or you can tuck it in, whichever is easy for you. There is still a short tail. There we go. So we have to make 10 dangles like that, wrapped loops. You can also do the other way, like coiling, which I have done in so many other projects. You must have already watched in my channel. You can do that, or you can do wrap loops. Wrap loop is fun to make, right? You can either do it with your fingers or you can use your pliers. Since this is so small, I'm using my fingers and then finally tucking in with my pliers. Like this I will make the rest and come back. Hi friends, welcome back. So here I have made all the dangles and now we are going to add our dangles. I made 10 dangles here totally. So you can make how much ever you want. In order to have a full effect I made 10. So that's how much this is. I wish I can make more. The more the dangles, the better it looks, is my opinion. So I'm running out of ball head pins. I don't have many in my stash. That's all I have left. So you just put this down. It will settle on its own. And then all you need to do is put the spacer bead on top and our bicone on top. I chose bicone so that the bicone sits in the hole right here in the spacer bead. These spacer beads has big holes. It's good in some ways and it is also bad in some ways. If you put a bicone, it kind of keeps that at a bay, I guess. So it keeps everything neat and nice and tight and taut. So that's why I really like to put a bicone on top of that head spacer bead. So now I tilt my work to the side, put it over here, make it properly there, and then put my round nose pliers on top, bend it to 90 degrees, reposition my pliers, okay, bring it around just like so, right, just like so, and then just wrap it around twice or thrice. There we go. So how much ever you did the other one, that's how much you will do for this one too. And then snip it off, tuck that tail in, and our earring is pretty much ready. All you need to do is open up your ear wire. You can use any ear wire you want. I wanted to use actually a post ear wire, but then I decided not to. Nothing that I have in stash matches this one. So this is our first pair of earrings, the big ones. It is very pretty in my opinion. I hope you guys like this too. So that's pretty. I save all of these wires, I don't throw it away. And let's go ahead and put this through. And for this I need 26 gauge wire. I use 26 gauge wire. You can also use 24 gauge. I didn't have anti-copper 24 gauge. I ran out of it. So I'm using 26 gauge wire. So I use about say 10 inches or so. The more the better. I don't want to run out of wire, right? So I take this bead. This has a top drill hole from front to back. So what I do is I just put it inside this 26 gauge wire. 24 gauge wire will also fit through. So about say middle, there is a little bit of a gap. Take the longer wire and put it back through the hole, through the same hole from the other side. So now you create like a double protection thing, right? So take these two wires and join it up top. And what I want to do is I want to crisscross the wire on top, just like how we did in the other one, and then I want it to be twisted all the way. So it's a thin wire, right? So it is not going to be very sturdy. So just keep it in a V shape and then just twist this wire. Nicely twist. Until you reach a considerable distance. I want to make a wrapped loop on top, so I am going to twist the wire for some length. This much is more than enough. Now you can join these two together. Take this, keep it. Now I want to make a loop perpendicular to the bead. This bead is flat like a saucer. So keep your round nose plier, bend it to 90 degrees just like so. Bring it, reposition your pliers, and then bring this around just like so. But before closing the loop, you need to add all your dangles. I have here 5 dangles, and I'm gonna add my dangles. These are wire wrapped loops. I'm adding this on both the wires together inside that loop that we created. If it is a 24 gauge, you don't have to do it. I just feel this one is much thinner, so I needed that extra security. So here we go. Add all the dangles inside the round the loop. Hold the loop with your pliers and just twist, and you're done here. So snip it off. And tuck the tail in. Just move all the dangles down, and that's about it. All you need to do is, kidney ear wire has this open, and then all you need to do is find the loop and put this through the loop. This is the back side, so I come from this side, and that's it. Close it. Earring is done and ready. So there's a lot of ways to use dangles. So this is one type, this is another one. We'll see one more, which I made it here. As you can see, this is made with an emerald teardrop, and this bead is studded with emeralds. I got this bead just like this. It has emerald in it. I got it from India. This is gold plated, and then I used 26 gauge wire to wrap these, because 24 gauge wire will not go through that thing, will not go through this hole. So I tried 24 gauge, which I wanted to use, but it won't. In this case, I just put that in. I will show you guys exactly how I made. So here is my 26 gauge wire. I take about, say, 7 inches or so. That's more than enough. Cut it there. And then what I do is I add this briolet. It's side drilled, side to side, exactly like the black one, but in a smaller version. In one strand I had pretty much only 6 beads. So bring it here. You don't have to do half. You can just have a little bit. All you need is to wrap around, so not even this much is needed. About, say, an inch or so. Bring the 2 wires together on top, pinch it right there to make a V. Take the short tail and wrap it around the long wire once and twice. Okay, now snip it off. This doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be covered by our dangles. Now what I'm going to do is add my dangles. I have created 6 dangles with the same wire, 26 gauge wire. You can also use 24 gauge wire, which I would prefer normally, but since I'm doing the briolet with 26 gauge, I went with the 26 gauge. Drop all the beads down. I did only 6 tangles. You can do more because I feel this is a very dainty jewelry, so I didn't need more. And I added this gold plated emerald studded bead, just like that. No spacer bead, nothing of that sort. Okay, just these ones. Can you see that? And then all I'm going to do is take my pliers, round nose pliers, put it on top of this bead. Okay, so bend it at 90 degrees. So this is also perpendicular to the bead. The bead is flat, so I'm doing it perpendicular. Reposition your pliers, go around the pliers once, make a loop. So I'm just going to go again one more time, come back and make 2 loops, and then wrap it around nicely so that you form a coil, which I did here, as you can see. I like to do it, it looks pretty. That's just my opinion. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Snip off the excess, make sure you tuck the tail in, and your dangle is ready. All you need to do is add a ear wire to that. I don't have a gold plated ear wire at the moment, so I'm just going to use these lever backs. I love lever back ear wires, by the way. That's my favorite. I feel much more secured with the lever back ear wires. And the lever back ear wires can be open. Not many people know about this. I also didn't know for several years. You can see there is a cut right there, right? So all you need to do is just slightly move this, as you can see, and then add your earring to it and then close it. So here also find where you can open it, add your dangle and close it. That's about it. How cute is this earring? So pretty special. These earrings are going to be on my Etsy shop. If you want to buy it, you can go ahead and buy it. You can support my channel through that. So thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends and family, and do comment. I love to read your comments, and I really appreciate it. Whoever is commenting every day, it makes me so happy reading your comments, and so blessed. I feel so blessed. Thanks. Bye.